Okie dokie, everybody. Welcome back to the Fox Den with the Papa Fox, Peter Voss, and we're here to continue playing Banished with Episode 3. Okie dokie. I already said that. So, quick recap. Last episode, we built the foundation for our utilities. Let's go ahead and get the load started so you don't have to just sit here looking at the menu screen. We tried to remove some resources, but that didn't work out too well. I did have to switch the strategy midway through just to get these buildings started. I think we're actually going to be finishing them this episode. So, let's get to it. Looks like everybody is going. That's great. Okay, so these little markers, again, if you haven't played this before, that means that they don't have any tools, which is why we're trying to get the blacksmith started. Still early autumn. Looks like... Pretty sure we had just collected all of our food. So I'm going to go ahead and pause here and manage our... Yes, manage our laborers and workforce so we can get that going. I think... Let's just check to see they have all their resources. This one does. And so does that one. Okay, so now we can actually take people off of the laborers. The builders will actually handle everything from here on out. I'm going to go ahead and give us a couple more here. Give us a couple more there. I think we're good on hunters and foresters and herbalists, so let's just go ahead with all the fish. Now we can go ahead and actually try to remove a bunch of the resources up here so we can have room for another little farm patch. Okay, now we can go ahead and start. So I wanted to clear up, last episode when I said, you know, being a parent, it has been, you know, the best thing that's ever happened to me. I wasn't referring to my son as an it. I was referring to, you know, the act of being a parent, of course. Just, you know, words are funny that way. It can sound like you're referring to something some way and then another way. Anyways. So last time I had a bit of a panic. When I looked at my video, I thought that the video quality was kind of poor and everything. Because I was looking on it only on my monitor, and I had this freak out that lasted, gosh, a couple of hours at least, where I was fiddling around with the settings on my recording software. And, well, then I realized I could just check this at my workplace, which has a much better monitor, and it was fine. There was nothing at all I had to worry about. So I just wasted a few hours yesterday. Okay, so looks like our blacksmith is done. We are actually going to go ahead and get one started. It's going to be very important to get our tools going, otherwise it's going to slow down everything else. And we do not want that to happen. Let's go ahead and get all the stone out of here, though. Alright. Right-click that away. So one of the things that I forgot to mention... Oh, we have a road here. Good. Okay. One of the things I forgot to mention is out in front of all of the buildings, there's a little green arrow. Let me actually show you what that looks like. Yeah, see right there? That is showing where the entrance of the building is, obviously. So you want to have the road going along that little stripe. Because if it's one in front of those arrows, it's just going to slow things down. It's going to look a little shoddy. Looks like we actually have enough space. Let's check. Oh, now we have two partially filled houses. We're gonna start adding the houses now. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's get that road connecting all of them. There we go. Oh, yes, we have our tailor ready too. Okay. Let's adjust the stuff again to get one more Taylor. One of the things I also noticed, and I've turned up the gain on my microphone, so hopefully you can hear me a lot better, but I kind of mumble a lot, so I hope that's not too off-putting. I'm going to try to get better about that as these videos go on. I've sort of decided what this video is, or what this Let's Play is going to be about. I think I want this to be sort of a learning experience, so maybe in the future when I suddenly get really better at doing recordings, this might serve as something about what you can do or what you shouldn't do. Might be kind of useful information, or just a good progression thing. I suppose once I get better at this, I'm not going to want anybody to start watching these videos, but you know, if I end up having fans, then maybe they can watch this and chuckle with ironic glee at all of my missteps. Sometimes it's kind of nice to observe how everything's going. Oh yeah, you can also choose this, what type of materials you're using. We don't have any coal at the moment. That's going to come a lot later once we get more people and are able to switch jobs easier. Right now it's everything between food and food during the spring months. I need to wet my whistle. So one of the reasons why I've been trying to get these videos out on a regular basis now is because my wife's family is out and they're helping us take care of my young son. And this has been the first time where I've been able to feel like... Oh, of course it's low. Where I've felt like I can actually take some time to make these videos. Usually my process is I'll go ahead and record about a 20 to 25 minute video. And then I will watch it, take notes for next time. If I don't write these things down, I won't remember. I'm kind of like Henry Jones from The Last Crusade, Indiana Jones's father. If I wrote it down, I wouldn't have to remember. So, and I like to think about these things. I like to put. I'm going to try to put as much thought into these videos as I can. Late winter. Okay. Now we want to see, these things can move so fast if you have the sped up time. So we want to have least builders. We're going to take a couple off of there. 6, 3. Okay, we want to have laborers going because we have a lot of stuff going down. We also want to have a woodcutter because, yeah, our amount of... Nope. Where did the firewood tab go? Yeah, firewood's gone down just a bit. Of course, once he's done, once he's hit his maximum, then we can go ahead and take him off the firewood duty. I said duty. I forgot to say that last time too. I have a very, very silly sense of humor. I thrive off of bad jokes. You know, sometimes the worse jokes, the better. I'm actually trying to get a little bit better about that. Like, not just bad jokes, but jokes that you would think are bad, but are actually kind of funny because they're so dry. It might just be, you know, a guilty pleasure of mine, which I suppose wouldn't really be a guilty pleasure if I'm sharing it with all of you. Oh, and wouldn't you know, I forgot to put on the timer. So, just let this run for a little bit while I set up the timer. I'm going to set that for 15 minutes, because I think we've already been doing 5. Hit start. Okay. There we go. Okay, we got our crops going. It's just the middle of spring. Oh, good. And we have a 17-year-old and a 12-year-old living in this wooden house. Don't know if I'll have the commentary to deal with that situation. But this is, you know, sort of set in medieval times, so maybe this could be, you know, a family needed some extra room, and maybe they built a, yeah, maybe it was this house, and they sort of built an addition for their kids. I don't think they actually show relations of folks. That would actually be a neat mod to see. I don't know if they actually have one available. just going to leave the herbalist. I don't know if they're the ones who actually hand out all of the medicine. So, okay, I'm actually going to see about pausing and clearing all of these resources here. So I want to set up the farmland right here. Oh, and these houses are getting complete. Yay! Looks like we're actually going to have a ton of food surplus. Oh, look, we're already up to a total of 23 people. That's not bad, you know. I'm not able to concentrate on things as much as I would have liked because this is a Let's Play. Normally in my single player, I'm just a quiet hermit and everything. Oh yeah, so wetting my whistle. My wife's father made me a delicious Moscow Mule. He is an absolute master when it comes to mixed drinks and obscure knowledge about this kind of stuff. Oh, okay. So this means that we have run out of leather resources. General statistics. There we go. I don't know why I exited out of that. So I'm going to go ahead and take this person off of that. And we're going to, oh, okay, that's cleared. So let's go ahead and see about setting up some. Ooh, we might be able to set up an orchard. If we can get that done, that would be great. And we can have pecans. Yes. Okay, so orchards are great because they have a little bit of a higher yield, and they can produce stuff a lot more potent. They're a little bit more substantial, and they last. You know, they produce a bit more every so often than crops, which is just a one-time harvest. So we want. Let's actually see. Jobs. I had to wait to get that number to update, and it looks like we're short a few people. So I'm going to take another fisherman off, because we have a ton of food. I just want to make absolutely certain we have everything that we need. Okay, that should give us enough. This is 58% full. I think we can actually make another little outpost here. And this, yeah, okay, this is a bunch of mountains. I think we're going to start our industry here. So this is our little food place with our wood resources and herbs. This is going to be our more hard resources like iron, coal, stone quarries. And then down here we're going to have our major commercial area. So all the stuff's going to filter downwards, I hope. No, obviously I'm not a master. I'm not a master expert. Master expert. Oh, that should be a technical term. If I ever have T-shirts made, that's going to be one of them. And I don't know how the algorithm will actually, the game algorithm for the people and resources and the movement that they have. I don't know if that'll do what I want it to do, but it won't be bad. That's certain. So let's just get that going. Remember, we want to make sure that we're not overstepping our bounds with hunting cabin and all of that. We want to have these things have pristine wilderness to do their stuff. Oh, and there go our people. Oh yeah, okay, so yeah, these will only do their thing once they're fully grown. It's going to take a while, and we're going to always want to have a few farmers all throughout the year working on these pecan trees. Food limit has been reached? Really? But it says we don't have that amount of stored food. Controls the amount of stored food. Huh. Well, there we go. Well, let's take the fire chopper off. Late summer. Okay, guys, come on, get this stuff harvested. Come on. I would very much appreciate it if you would do that. think... Let's check the population on these houses. Okay. I think... Boarding house, 100 wood, 45 stone. No, we don't have nearly enough. Okay. Yeah, I was considering maybe building a boarding house up here, and then as we build this next outpost, maybe cut down some of these houses. But I don't know if that's a smart idea. We'll just leave it. It looks kind of nice having all these houses grouped together. Food's being harvested. Cool beans. Yes, yes. Take it away. Let's actually check to see what our resources... Oh, I did it again. I did it again. We have 4 leather, so we're going to actually pop over another tailor, because we want all those warm coats going. We're going to get a mine. So you need to have... You can only have... you can't have a mine produce coal and iron. You have to have one of each. Or basically, you have your mines that are dedicated to doing a certain thing. So let's go ahead and get one of these started. Come on, come on. Almost. Let's just pause this for a hot second here. Huh. Looks like that's not going to cooperate. It is just on the edge of being sitting right. No. Okay, we might have to put a quarry here and put the mine. Yeah, we're going to have to put the mine there. Okay. Let's actually see how much... Whoa! Okay, I forgot how big these things are. But let's go ahead and get it started anyway. That way we can have our wood production going. Okay. Yeah, I hope my commentary is better this time. Really, if anybody sees this and wants to leave a comment about, just general feedback, I would not complain. In fact, comments, likes, and all of that stuff just helps. I want to actually try to develop this channel into something that I do consistently. I've been trying to look at, when's the best time to post videos, how many videos should I be doing a week, and all of that. And that's been fascinating research. I told myself that I would make notes about stuff I could talk about, and I didn't do that, mostly because I had run out of printer paper. But I found something amazing today. It's absolutely awesome. So my ancestry is a little bit of Scottish mixed in there. My lineage kind of stops at some of the immigrant boats in New York City, at least on my dad's side. And we can't really trace it back to Scotland itself, but I sort of have claimed that as part of my heritage. And one of the things I found on YouTube is I found a Indian bagpiper. Her channel is called Snake Charmer, and she's done a lot of different covers, like the Game of Thrones theme. He's a Pirate from Pirates of the Caribbean. She also has this really awesome rendition of Scotland the Brave with a bunch of dancers from India. I would suggest checking it out if you get a chance. It's different. Not a huge fan of all of the work, but I definitely like the general feel of it. I always appreciate seeing cultures mix and mingle and produce interesting things. It's always fun. Okay, sorry, I've been gabbing a lot. Let's take down. I want only 3 farmers working on this. no one working on these. Stop work. There we go. Let's just have 2 people working on this all year round. That should be more than enough to keep those trees maintained just so that they grow. Check the time again. Well, we still have a little bit. I should actually just bump my time up to 25 minutes, but I always like shorthanding myself a little. Store logs. Good on firewood, good on food. Everybody's remarkably healthy, and we're starting to grow our population just a little bit. It's up 2. Everybody's happy. I always like it when my folks are happy. 80 stone, 40 wood. Okay, now we're just waiting for the builders to do their thing. Yes. Okay, yeah, right. Oh, I forgot to switch over everybody. Okay, so one more. Let's get all of our gatherers going, all of our fishermen. Another hunter. Maybe let's have our foresters bump up production now. I want to cut down on fishermen and gatherers because I want a bunch of laborers ready to clear out all of this junk, including those stones. And actually, let's start just clearing out some of this stuff too. Yeah, that'd be great. Like that one guy from Office Space. Yeah. If you could do that, that'd be great. Thank you. Okay, I bet we could probably brew alcohol with our crops, with our wheat field. So at some point, we're going to want to do more. Okay, so here's the thing. We've reached our limit on tools, so we want to actually bump that up. Because eventually, we're going to want to start trading. And that's going to be incredibly important. Take all of that away because we have 30 coats. And that's going to be enough to clothe all of our citizens. Not enough to trade. But we will just want to build that tool stockpile up and up and up. And we don't want to let it ever go down until we want to buy animals. And that's a huge investment. Okay. You know, this might be a mistake, but after we have this thing built, we don't have to use it. We can just, have it there and not have to worry about it ever again. So that'll be nice. Oh, God. That is a very tasty, tasty drink. Yeah, I'm not very much of a beer guy. I actually prefer hard ciders. I like Guinness. Guinness from the tap is great. And Guinness actually mixed with cider is very delicious. If you haven't had that, it's like this thing called black satin or black velvet. You get half Angry Orchard, the bottom half, and the top half, the top half you get Guinness. And that is well worth ruining some perfectly good Guinness. Okay, we want this. We're going to have 2 road systems set up. We're going to have one going along this way, and then the other one's actually going to attach here so that we can have folks get here in multiple directions. Ooh, can I do that? Can I do that? Nope. No, okay. Let's actually get that right on the money there. Nice waterfront walk. There we go. And that's the timer. So we've actually accomplished quite a bit. We started to work on our quarry. We added another field and we built some houses. That's pretty much how these things go. Basically, this is going to be a progression. If you like watching how settlements develop and grow, this would be a great kind of a series to watch. I don't know if I'm going to be trying anything real fancy like, ooh, what are we going to do now? I think like things like mods and that kind of thing will come later. For now, we're just going to have a nice, relaxed time. Enjoy just watching this city grow. It's way better than watching the grass grow, I can tell you that. Basically, just go over the basics and, watch me learn my craft. Holy moly. Well, if you've enjoyed, feel free to leave a like or comment, or heck, even share the video. It's always nice to have that happen. I'm glad to see you all here at the Fox Den. I hope you'll come back and pull up a chair next time for more Banished in Episode 4. And in Episode 4, we are going to try to get our mines started. Maybe a couple more houses down here to get this outpost going. All right, see you later. Take care. Bye.